Hi guys, Nexia here from Greedy Dragon Brewing. Thanks for coming out. Today I'm going to do my first beer showcase, and I'd like to call it a beer showcase because I think that everybody goes out and does a beer review, but everybody else has different tastes and flavors, and we all live in different regions in the country or around the world, so it's very difficult to get your hands on different products. So what I'd like to do in my channel is kind of emphasize on beers and products and things that I really like and enjoy, and kind of showcase them, whether it's a home brew from a friend or from one of you, or something for myself or from one of the stores or what have you. So it's more of a showcase, more of a highlight of what's good and what's out there, so that we can all expand our horizons in beer making and in this great craft industry. The beer that I chose today is one that's locally made. It's from the Barley Mill Brewery, which is a brew pub that's here in town. And I chose their Mustang Pale Ale. Now unfortunately it only comes in a can, otherwise it comes off tap in the pub. And this is one of 3 beers that I would be highlighting. They do have the seasonal beer that comes out, and maybe when that becomes available I'll kind of look at it too. I also look at the possibility of going for a little tour there so you can see their setup. I chose this beer because it's a great brew from a very small craft style industry. You can only get it here. It's got a good depth of flavor, very refreshing, and it kind of shows that unique, I guess, Canadian heritage to it. And so I'm going to just go through it. Now unfortunately it only comes in a can, and I mentioned that already. I prefer my beers to come out of a bottle. I don't like the aluminum flavor that seems to come out when it comes from a can. It doesn't matter how it's stored. It always, to me, I can always taste that aluminum taste. But it's a great beer, and I thought I'd kind of show it off a little bit. There we go. So you can see there, it's got a nice amber copper color. Look at nice tight head. You can see very clear. When you're smelling it, and I get definitely a little bit of citrus. It's got a kind of a biscuity smell and a little bit of a caramel smell, and a nice strong hop taste. They advertise that they're using Cascade hops. I'm pretty sure that there's some Simcoe mixed in there. I particularly am fond of very hoppy style beers. So this is an IPA as it's advertised, but I think it really, it's a pale ale as it's advertised, but I really think that it borderlines an IPA. It's got a very strong, distinct hoppiness from it, but just a great overall beer at a very reasonable price. Canadian beer is quite expensive, so for a 6-pack of these, so 6 cans is about $10 on the market. For craft beer in Canada and British Columbia, falls a couple dollars below what you'd find as an average price for 6. So it's got a very good medium to aggressive carbonation. Yeah, it's got very cleansing to the palate. I could see having this with some spicy food, and definitely with the pub style meal. For me, I like the aggressive hop flavor. Might be a little bit much for someone that's more used to a pale ale on the slightly lighter side, both in color and flavor, but generally a very good beer. It's got some good lacing. The head's kind of gone away a little bit, but that could be because I just recently washed this glass too. So thank you for coming out to Greedy Dragon Brewing. I want to invite you to share your beers. If you want to send me a beer, and I can throw it up on a little showcase and stuff, talk about you a little bit. We got a couple people there that I've been talking to, and we've been shooting around some ideas. I'm going to showcase a little bit about this region, go on some beer and winery tours which are unique to this area. I really hope that you enjoy this channel, and give me some feedback as far as what you'd like to see and what you like. Come over and have a visit with me, pull up a chair, and we'll tip back a couple beers. So have a good one. Cheers.